Welcome to Base Watches. No matter your stance on watches as investments or a new alternative asset class, it can't be denied that the secondary market values of these objects traditionally worn on the wrist have jumped in recent years. Oftentimes, it may be the deciding factor when deciding to buy or not. Whether secondary market values are the lowest rung on your ladder of watch purchase decision-making or the top factor in building your watch portfolio, let's explore the idea further. As a premier flagship steel sports Rolex model, arguably any iteration of the Rolex GMT Master can be considered an investment piece due to the iconic status the watch holds in Rolex's lineup and pop culture. However, particularly in the 16,710 produced from 1989 through 2007, we see an end of an era in true tool watch form before Rolex makes the switch to upgraded materials decidedly more luxury-leaning, such as a ceramic bezel, updated bracelet, and maxi dial and case size. Available with the iconic red and blue Pepsi bezel insert, the black and red Coke insert, or the all-black bezel variation, the 16,710 is heralded by collectors for its iconic looks and tool watch practicality. And with its 40mm case diameter, 12.4mm thickness, 47.5mm lug-to-lug, and 20mm lug width, we have classic case size proportions suitable for various wrists for those who find the modern variant a bit too large. Of note, a collector will find a few iterations within the 16,710 model line. The Swiss T25 dial with tritium hour markers and hands pre-1999, the transitional Swiss-only dial dated to 1999, and the Swiss MADE dial featuring superluminova hour markers and hands from 2000 onwards. If you are interested in collecting watches as a hobby and appreciate the craftsmanship and design of the Rolex GMT Master 2 Ref 16,710, that can be a rewarding experience regardless of its potential as an investment. Another darling of the watch collecting zeitgeist, the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711, discontinued in 2021, is perhaps a surefire addition to any watch investment portfolio. Originally debuting in 2006 with several references among its ilk in steel, gold, platinum, and gem set beauties over the years, the 5711 was not actually all that popular upon its initial release. With its 40mm diameter case, svelte 8.3mm thickness, and the iconic Gerald Gente case design, call them ears, and you'll never unsee it again, the stellar casework and finishing combined with the top-of-the-line comfort on the wrist meant that what was once under the radar and eclipsed by its kin such as the reference 5712 would soon see eventual success with the more recent craze of steel sports integrated bracelet watches, which I dubbed the Gente Wave. Another case of an overlooked watch becoming a hit under all the right conditions. The brand heritage of Patek, the storytelling X-factor of Gente design, and the rarity of steel sports Patek watches all almost guaranteed the success of the 5711, which would eventually see auction results more than 6 times its MSRP. Quick exercise. Picture a watch in your head. Any watch. What did you see? Chances are you saw a dive watch with a black rotating bezel, a black dial with white hands and indices on the archetypal oyster bracelet. Its name? The Rolex Submariner. Originally launched in 1953, the Rolex Submariner and its state counterpart, there is truly only the Submariner, and Submariner date in official Rolex terms, are definitive icons not only in the watch community, but in the broader world community as well. If Rolex is the most famous luxury watch brand, the Submariner is, by default, its most iconic watch. And you don't have to take James Bond's word for it, or everyone who decided to mark a milestone in their lives by purchasing a Submariner in the decades since. Among its evolutionary line, the 114060 is a particularly interesting watch from an investment standpoint, being the last of the 40mm case-size Submariners, replaced by the 41mm 124060 in 2020. The 114060 actually came out a year after its state's steel counterpart, 116610 LN, with a shorter run than the 116610 LN, and its relatively smaller overall production numbers, with the date version eclipsing the Submariner with an estimated 2-to-1 ratio. The 114060 occupies a unique slot within the Submariner lineup as a safe investment given the overall popularity of the Submariner line, and a relative rarity, the 114,060 presents within it. An icon and one of the most popular watches on the planet, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak 15202 Jumbo was discontinued in 2021. Discontinue any watch of the 15202's iconic stature and status, and you'll almost always find a safe placeholder in your watch collection. After all, if an uber-popular watch isn't being made anymore and fewer can be found, rarity and price sensitivity ensue. Acting as a clear callback to the original steel Royal Oak as designed by Gerald Genta, the contemporary 15202 was announced in 2012 as part of the 40th anniversary of the Royal Oak. In the years since, we've seen various stunning interpretations of the 15202 in white gold, titanium and platinum, and even full yellow gold. But it's arguably the original steel reference, 15202 ST, that is the definitive luxury sports watch. After all, the Royal Oak is the original luxury sports watch. With a 39mm size case, 8.1mm thickness, powered by the caliber 2121, and finished to perfection, anyone lucky enough to have the 15202 on their wrist has already made it. Investment potential be damned. When speaking of brand icons, the Omega Speedmaster is a genuine archetype. Nearly synonymous with the achievements of NASA in the space age for watch geeks, it was the Speedmaster CK2998 worn on the wrist of astronaut Wally Schirra, his own, purchased privately, that holds the title of the first Omega watch in space, dating back to October 3, 1962, on the Mercury Atlas 8 mission. It was in commemoration of Schirra's achievement, orbiting the Earth 6 times on board the Sigma 7 spacecraft, that Omega decided to launch the 60th anniversary reference to the original in the first Omega in Space Speedmaster FOYS in 2012. Now discontinued in 2020, the FOYS took inspiration from the original CK2998 with its 39.7mm diameter case size and symmetrical straight lugs, as opposed to the now emblematic twisted lugs of the professional Speedmaster, worn on a leather strap, anticipating an era of vintage-leaning aesthetics in a contemporary watch design that continues to this day. From an investment standpoint, we have here in the FOYS a variant of an all-out watch archetype with a limited 8-year production run, and an estimated 15,000 to 16,000 made based on numbered edition marked watches listed on the secondary market, with a vintage fit and appeal no longer available in the Speedmaster line. Investment has become almost a dirty word in the watch hobby. But the factors that make a good investment watch are also the things that make a watch worth collecting: rarity, personality, differentiation, and time-proven design. Furthermore, understanding investment value and thinking of watches as an asset doesn't need to negate the joy we get from owning them. It's merely one part of the spectrum in our collective watch journeys and ultimately helps us understand our tastes and preferences in a new light.